Dak Prescott saying that the Cowboys are close to the Eagles is like me saying I'm close to marrying Beyonce because I follow her on Instagram. Dog, you're not close. It's a big, big gap, and it's a long shot of you ever coming close, and it's really not even a discussion. Not even a discussion. So I'm seeing this guy, Dak Prescott, have the gall to go out here and say that the Cowboys are somewhat comparable, somewhat close to the Eagles. No, you're not. No, you're not, clown boy. And when I look at this, I say, yo, don't worry about us. Worry about Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. You got to worry about them because you're not on our level. You got to get past those guys first because that's the worst they're probably going to be in the Jaden Daniels Commanders era. I'm dead serious. Stop it. You're not a winner. Your owner's terrible. Your roster's terrible. Your defensive player, Micah Parsons, wants to be an Eagle. You got CeeDee Lamb saying that the Eagles fans are the most passionate in the freaking league. So what are we talking about, bro? Stay in your lane, relax, chill out, and just keep putting up garbage time stats just like your boy Tony Romo did. And have a career where all you do is put up these gaudy stats and lose, and you put up gaudy stats in garbage time. That's what you are, Dak Prescott. That's exactly what you are. Now, I know he got asked the question, and it's like, well, what do you expect him to say? But you ain't got to say that. I don't care what nobody say. You ain't got to say that. And that was terrible timing, and you set yourself up for me to cook your ass because now you just look like a clown boy. You do. And I was waiting to talk about this because I'm like, dog, you tripping. You're tripping. James Bradbury. Gotta talk about James Bradbury, bro. One thing I love about Philly is that when we win, everybody is a winner. Everybody. James Bradbury is a guy that, hey, in Philly, he got cooked. Let's be honest. Everybody in Philly wanted him gone. But once the Eagles won the chip, James Bradbury, he gets all the love. And he really should get the love because he's a big reason why the development of Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell really progressed throughout the season. And you're talking about them being potentially the best rookie defensive back duo of all time. That's not an overreaction. They're literally the first rookie duo since the Bills in 95 to each record a interception in the playoffs. Yes, James Bradbury, he should get credit for their development. He played a part in the Eagles going ahead and lifting that Lombardi trophy. So I'll say this. No James Bradbury slander will be tolerated. I will say it again. No James Bradbury slander will be tolerated. No. He has a part in this championship. Give him love. He went through a lot. Look, he did not have a good season last year. He did not have a good season last year. And after that holding call in the Super Bowl, you kind of saw him just, become a different player. I don't know if that changed him as a player, whatever the case may be. But you're talking about a guy in James Bradbury that he's been a pro all freaking year, hasn't made no fuss. He was on IR all year, didn't play, didn't go to the media and talk trash about players, didn't make a fuss, didn't cause up a storm, anything like that. He kept it professional. And when it was time for us to win the bowl, and we did, he popped out with the picture. And so I know everybody else is going to go out there and clown him and make jokes. And some of the jokes are funny. Like, we're not going to act like some of the memes aren't funny. But any slander on him, Philly needs to go ahead and defend him. So if you see a post, if you see somebody slandering him, make sure that you defend James Bradbury because he is a champion. He helped us win this Super Bowl, whether you like it or not. And we're always going to protect our own. We can cook each other. We're a family. We can cook each other, but we're not about to let people from the outside, people from the outside go out here and try to cook us. No, we're not doing that. What happens in the family stays in the family, and we protect each other. And speaking of this defense, this is the worst the Eagles defense will be in the Vic Fangio era. And they're already the best defense in the league. Now, let's say this. Let's just set the record straight on this. Does Howie Roseman get credit for the construction of this defense in particular? Yes. He drafted Nolan Smith, drafted Nakobe Dean, drafted Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter. He signed Zach Bond, signed CJ Garner-Johnson. He made all these moves, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, for sure. But in particular with the defense, the reason why they are the best defense in the NFL is because of the coaching staff. It's because of Clint Hurt, the defensive line coach. It's because of Christian Parker, the defensive backs coach. It's because of Vic Fangio and transforming a defense that was bottom 5 last year to number 1. Yes, Howie Roseman gets credit for signing these players, but let's not act like coming into this season, we thought that this defense would be lights out like it ended up being after that bye week. All it took was for the young players to buy into Vic Fangio's system, the same system that back in Miami, they was saying, he not this, he not that, not trying to learn from him. I think they just didn't want to work hard. That's what that was. Y'all didn't want to work hard, and you come back to Philly, and these guys are hungry, they're young, they're learning to go ahead and be NFL pros. They have no ego, and they're just soaking up all the knowledge that Vic Fangio gives them. But back to the Howie Roseman thing, I think before this season, you could look at the offense and say that's a God squad. Because you got Saquon, you got Hurts, you got AJ, you got Devontae, you got Goddard, you got that offensive line. You can definitely say that's a God squad. My thing is, you can't say that Howie Roseman created a God squad with this defense. I think Vic Fangio, Clint Hurt, Christian Parker, they created a God squad with this defense more so than Howie Roseman. If you put what I'm saying, it's a distinction in terms of bro, these guys developed these guys. We did not already think this defense would be like that. We did not already think that. It was the coaching that you have a guy in Vic Fangio that comes right after we had Matt Patricia, and we see the difference in how coaching makes these players really develop into who they were supposed to be from the start. So the coaching staff on defense, they are the MVPs in terms of making this defense put on a masterclass on the biggest stage of the year. A.J. Brown. When A.J. Brown said that he wasn't satisfied about winning the Super Bowl a couple of days after, I was like, yeah, we're going to win a dynasty. Because that Saquon was saying we're going to win a dynasty. Saquon was basically after Super Bowl, Saquon's I'm trying to go for a dynasty. Devontae Smith ain't satisfied. He's talking to Jalen Hurts and saying, yo, we gonna come back here. And we already know with Jalen Hurts, this boy cracked a smile one time since 2023, losing that Super Bowl. And what did he say? It changed me in my soul. It changed me in my soul. So I'm seeing a team that the defense is the worst it will ever be, and the offensive players are hungry as ever to go ahead and become a dynasty. And when you take a step back and you say, well, in the past 3 years, the Eagles have gone to the bowl twice, and as long as they stay healthy, knock on wood, yeah, they're always going to be a major, major contender. And with the mindset that Nick Sirianni has and having consistency with Vic Fangio, and I just think it doesn't really matter. It matters who the offensive coordinator is, but when you have that much talent, you just got to be competent. You just got to be competent, and it might be a little bit rocky like in September, but you just got to be competent, and the talent will always shine through in the end. That's exactly what happened. And so I definitely believe that the Eagles are going to be the next dynasty of the NFL. And last thing I want to say before I hop off is the notion that like Jalen Hurts can't be top three is laughable. What are we judging by? What are we judging by? Fletcher Cox, he said Hurts is the best quarterback in the league. And it's not a debate. I'm not going to go that far, but I respect his opinion. Now, I wouldn't go that far just because I respect too much of what Mahomes has done in the past, and he has the rings and MVPs. But these other guys that haven't won a Super Bowl MVP, look, I think Hurts is undisputably top five. Like, if you don't have top five, I don't take you serious. I don't take you serious. And it is subjective on where you put him in that top five. It's what do you value? Do you value the Super Bowl MVP, the ring, over MVPs in the regular season? Because it's no question that in the regular season, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson, they're better. But I would rather have somebody that in the playoffs, they are better than all of those guys. And in the regular season, they might not be as great, but it's not like, Hurts is like so far off from these guys. Like, no, we're not about to do that. He was just an MVP candidate the past 2 years ago in 2022 and in 2023. And he beat all these guys. He's literally, in the past 2 seasons, he beat Josh Allen, he beat Lamar Jackson, he beat Joe Burrow, he beat Patrick Mahomes twice. So that means he's 5-0 against these guys in the last 2 years. Just saying, like, it's not wild to say that he's top 3. That's exactly what it is, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. I'm going to be at the parade. It's going to be lit. It's going to be jumping. I cannot wait. And man, oh man, we're about to go crazy. We're about to be lit. I hope to see y'all there. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We're talking Miles Johnson, where we always keep it real. I'm out, y'all.